Standard 5th, Subject EVS 1, Chapter number 5, Family Values. Dear students, can you tell in your family how do you make the decision to go on a trip? You all must be sitting together and discussing about it, isn't it? Do you offer suggestions about the places to visit during the trip? So you might be studying about the place that you're going to visit and you may offer suggestions about which locations exactly to go, right? Another question is, do you get to suggest which guests should be invited over during a holiday? So, in that, you may suggest that a particular cousin you would like to invite to play with you. So, how do you help during preparations for festivals or functions at home? You all must be getting together as you see in this picture here. Let it be Diwali, Eid, Christmas, or any celebration. We all come together, isn't it? So now, today we are going to learn in this chapter about role in decision making. We live together in a family. Every person's likes and dislikes are different. Thoughts and opinions can also differ. That's why we hear a lot of arguments at times in a home that no, it should be this way or that way. We ourselves are different from others. Even so, our thoughts and opinions can match those of others on various topics. For example, when you're deciding to invite some guest, all may have the same opinion, isn't it? We have love and affection for each other. We take care of each other and are concerned about other people's well being. This is called family life. We talk to each other before making decisions about anything in the house. This is very important that we consult each other. So we consult each other and make decisions that everyone agrees with. In this way, we are part of the decision making in the family. Now, what happens when everyone has a role in decision making? Each person gets the opportunity to say what they think. By asking everyone's opinions, the subject is thoroughly discussed from every aspect. We feel like a more important part of the family when we see that our opinion is valued. So, just as we have a role in making decisions in our family, we also have a role in public decision making. In newspapers, we read about matters requiring public participation. A few examples of such news have been given here. So let's read and discuss. Citizens participate in municipal budget planning. Citizens to decide the matters on which to spend money. So this way citizens are given certain rights. Citizens crowd to suggest improvements to city development plan. That means citizens are participating in the well-being of the society. Next is inauguration of road joining 6 villages. Joint effort by 6 villages bears fruit. So that means 6 villages are coming together jointly and this way they are leading towards progress. So we feel the need for minor changes in the environment. It is to our advantage that everyone has a role in making decisions about changes in our environment. The government we elect makes decisions regarding public matters. If we feel that a decision made by the government is wrong, we can register our opinion. In this way, we can be a part of the decision making process. So, there are ministers who speak in the parliament. At the same time, we also can voice out our opinion and make ourselves clear as to what is our opinion, what do we want. Think, be a part of the decision making process in your home. Do not form your opinion merely on the basis of what others say. Share your thoughts with others. Can you tell? Note the following situations carefully. State which of the children show honest behavior. So I will give you 3 examples. The first one is here. Afrin borrowed a pencil from Meenu. After she finished using it, she returned it. So is it a honest behavior? What's your answer? Yes, of course, it is an honest behavior. Second example. Shama fell from a bicycle. However, she told her mother, Neha pushed me off the bicycle. So, is this honest behavior? Of course not. Shama should have told the truth to her mother that accidentally she fell down from the bicycle without Neha pushing her. Okay, but she might be scared that mother will shout. So sometimes without being scared of the punishment, we should be honest so that we can grow in the right way. Another example, Mary took the bag she found in the rickshaw to a police station. So was this honest behavior? Yes. We should not take what belongs to others. So even in classroom, if you find things which are not yours, you should give it to your class teacher, or you should try to find out who to whom it belongs. Okay. So now let's learn about the effects of honest and dishonest behavior. Every action has a reaction. So what are the effects? Let's learn. We do many different things every day. Sometimes we make mistakes and we say, oops. When we realize that we have made a mistake, we should talk about it openly with our friends and family or our parents, anyone close to us. By doing this, we learn to be honest and find a way to correct our mistakes. So we should reveal our mistakes to such people who will help us to improvise on it, not to those people who will entertain and say, okay, no problem, it's okay, it's cool. No, if it's a mistake, you should admit it to a person who's reliable, who will understand that it is a mistake and he will help you rectify it. Okay, it is also necessary to be honest and sincere in our work. We must try hard to keep the trust in any relationship and never cheat. If we are honest, we do not have to be afraid. But if we are dishonest, we lose our self confidence. We must be honest at home as well as in public. Everyone respects an honest person. Honesty is our strength. Also, it goes like this: honesty is the best policy. So, now let us take a real life example of Sachin Tendulkar. In 2011, during a cricket match between India and the West Indies, a bowler caught Sachin Tendulkar right at the beginning of the match. The bowler appealed to the umpire. Thinking that the ball had not touched the bat, the umpire declared Tendulkar not out. However, knowing that the ball had touched his bat, Tendulkar returned to the pavilion though he was declared not out. So see, he was a honest sportsman. So let's learn about honesty in public life. If we are honest in our public life, we will get better public services and facilities. What happens if we travel on a train or bus without a ticket? Our public transport system will run at a loss and would soon have to shut down. If each person buys a ticket honestly, this problem will not arise. So we should be honest not only at our home or in school but in public life. Honesty can increase efficiency in public life. Honesty is the best way to increase discipline and efficiency in public life. Now, let's study about advantages of cooperation. What is cooperation? Coming together and working along together. In a family, we cooperate with each other. Similarly, in team sports, the more the players cooperate with one another, the better is their game. Instead of keeping the feeling of cooperation restricted to sports, we should bring it into public life as well. Everyone needs cooperation in public life. We too need the help of others. Fairs, rallies, and other such gatherings can only be arranged successfully if we cooperate with one another. So, cooperation is a very much important value in our life. Now, let's see what's the solution to this. We meet a boy who has lost his way. What would you do? Yes, you can ask him his address or try to take him to a nearby police station. If he's very small and he doesn't know the address, you can take him to a nearby police station, or you can hand him over to an adult who will help him. Okay, someone responsible. Second example, what's the solution here? While on a trip, we realize that our friend has forgotten her tiffin at home. So what would be your step here or reaction? Would you tease that friend or would you share your tiffin? Yes, we should share our tiffin. That would be cooperation and good values. Another example. Some people are stuck in the lift of a building. What would you do in such a situation? Yes, you can help by asking some elderly person to look into the matter and take the necessary steps so that the people can be brought out safely. Let's read and discuss. Read the dialogues given below, discuss the problem stated and its solution. Our teachers taking us to see a fort. It will be a lot of fun. But let us not include Savita and Samir in a group. Savita talks too much and Samir is always playing pranks. This is the reaction of a student. So what the girl is saying? So what? Savita sings well, Samir tells jokes. Let's talk to them. They will understand. Let's not leave them out. Then the other girl says, that's true. I didn't think of that. Let us prepare for the trip together. And then the girl says, yes, Gayatri is right. Let us learn new songs from Savita and new jokes from Samir. So see, with cooperation and with tolerance, we can come together. So now let's learn a new value, tolerance. We all have some faults. There are some drawbacks in each one of us. We can improve on these faults with the help of our family and friends. We may not agree with each other every time. Sometimes there are disagreements even between friends. Okay, disagreements means there can be arguments. At such times, we must try to understand the point of view of others instead of insisting that only our point of view is correct. Sometimes we say, no, I am only right. So that's not the way it should be. On such occasions, we must listen to the other person. In this way, we learn to be tolerant. Respecting opinions which are different from our own is called tolerance or broad-mindedness. So, we should remember learning tolerance is vital to world peace. If we want peace in the society and in the world, we should learn to be tolerant. Tolerance has a special significance in our country, India. People from various religions, creeds, cultures, and following different customs live here. That is why it is necessary for everyone to be tolerant or broad minded. Otherwise, we will start fighting amongst each other, right? Diversity can be preserved through tolerance only. Diversity enriches our social life. It encourages us to think about others with concern. We can solve problems in an environment by being broad minded. Now, let's learn about one more quality, that is gender equality. Boys and girls or men and women are equal as human beings. This is called gender equality. Considering boys and girls to be equal without discrimination is called gender equality. Boys and girls must respect one another. In the company of our friends, we consider all of them to be our equals. We must maintain this sense of equality as citizens when we grow up. By developing this sense of equality, everyone gets to learn and make progress. Food, clothing, shelter, health, and education are the common needs of men and women. For the purpose of equality, each of these needs must be fulfilled properly. Men and women have equal rights to facilities such as these. Similarly, men and women must get equal opportunities of progress also in fields of workplace or anywhere. So what's the solution in this case? The following things are observed in some families. In some homes, boys' uniforms, textbooks and bags are bought first. Purchases for girls are put off. The girls, you can see the girl is feeling sad. So what can be done? What's the solution? Yes, treat boy and girl equal. Gender equality is the quality or the value that must be followed here. Okay, both the boy and girl should get the uniform together, not that the girl should be given the last priority. Okay, second example. When his team lost a kabaddi match, Raju began to cry. Dinesh said, "Why are you crying like a girl?" and started laughing at him. So, what's the solution? Here, Dinesh should be made to understand that it's not a quality of a girl to cry. Boy and girl have equal emotions. So, if a boy cries, you need not label it as a girl. Okay, so it's all right to express your emotions whether you are a boy or whether you are a girl. You cannot make comments like this, like a girl, like a boy. That is, you are showing gender inequality then. Okay, so we should follow gender equality and should not label anyone as uh, like a boy or like a girl. Okay, in our comments. Next example, Vandana likes the bat and ball a lot. However, she is given dolls and toy stuffs and utensils to play house. So is this right? No. If she likes bat and ball to play, then she should be given bat and ball. It's not necessary that she is a girl and she should be given only Barbie dolls and kitchen utensils to play. So that is again inequality. Okay. Next example, Sarika helps her mother with the cooking and household chores. Her brother is never asked to do the same. That's wrong. Whether a girl or a boy, both should be helping mother equally in the household chores, right? That is household work. So it is wrong to expect only girl to help in the kitchen. Even boys, after they grow up also, and married people also, they should see that not only the wife works in the kitchen but also the man gives a helping hand. So this way we can practice gender equality. Students, always remember, honesty increases efficiency in public life and makes it possible to avoid wastage of time, money and labor. So what we have learnt in this chapter of family values. First, everyone in the family must have a say in decision making. Second, we must be honest in a private and public life. Third, tolerance and cooperation make a community life harmonious and peaceful. Fourth, a tolerant attitude makes it easy to preserve diversity. And fifth, men and women are equal. It is not right to discriminate between them. So, this chapter has taught you many values. Hope you have understood it. Do read the chapter from textbook for a better understanding. Stay safe, keep learning, and thank you.